I'm Ashley Nielsen. Apply what you learn here and you will level up.
Hi, and welcome back. If you're new, my name is Ashley, and this is Agent Renovation, where I teach winning strategies and winning considerations to help you pass the levels of your agent game. In today's video, I'm going to speak with you about the benefits of being at the door. When it comes to prospecting, not all forms of prospecting are equal. Some of them give you a greater advantage and provide you with greater chances of winning while you're working with that prospect. When it comes to farming, you have an immense amount of benefits being at the door. This is your advantage. This is not the same as cold calling. When you're face-to-face with your prospect, not only do you have an advantage in the fact that you can see their body language, hear their body language, watch their body language with their words, and this can help you in the sense that you can then adjust your speech. You can adjust what you say or adjust how you act based on the feedback, the response feedback you're receiving in the moment. You do not have the ability to do this when you are cold calling. If cold calling is your prospecting choice, then you lack the feedback response in between that helps you adjust your game. Just like when you're playing on a sports team, you can see the other players playing and you adjust your moves based on what's happening on the field in front of you. For this reason, it's different getting on the field than it is sitting in your office and making a call. You're kind of playing blind when you're cold calling. On top of that, you have the added benefit of grace in your favor. Let me explain this one. When you're face-to-face with a prospect at the door, ultimately, you're actually face-to-face with another human, and you're a human. Guess what? They can see this when you're standing in front of them. You're not just a person on the other end of the phone, meaning the interaction is going to go differently. Somebody who you call that would just hang up on you is not going to just slam the door in your face if you're in person. There's a different level of politeness that people are comfortable with when they don't see the person. When they don't see them, they don't mind telling them to F off. It's a little harder to do that in person when there's a human standing in front of your door. Also, you actually get the grace of, just them seeing you in action trying. Meaning, when you're on the phone and you mess up, they might get off the phone and think, God, that person was an idiot. And in person, if you're being genuine and you're trying your hardest and you're out there even when you're new, trying your door knocking and perfecting your skills as you get going, they're gonna see that. If you fumble your papers and you stumble a couple words, they will see your heart shine through that you're trying. This really works in your benefit because as you're learning, they will be kind to you and this will help you get past your fears, but also it'll help you get in with the prospects. They see that you're just human too. Being face-to-face with your prospects changes the entire game. It is no longer the same game you're playing. Cold calling and door knocking are not the same game. You may think they are, both activities of prospecting, both ways to get into contact with prospects, and they're not the same at all. One has advantages that the other does not. Door knocking can provide you more advantages with your prospect and at the door than cold calling ever could. Your chances go through the roof simply because you're face-to-face. Unlike cold calling, with door knocking, you also have the ability to provide grace to the prospect in the sense of, if you're at their door and you can see that they're trying to be polite, but they don't want to talk to you, you're able to read that, see that, maybe in their body language, maybe it's the tone. They may be smiling, but maybe it sounds like, please leave. Then you're able to end it gracefully and leave. You can say, thank you so much for taking some time with me. I'm gonna get out of your hair here. I hope you have a wonderful day in the sun. And you turn around and you walk down the street with a smile. On the cold call, by the time somebody's annoyed with you, you have no chance of saving it. For the most part, that is a dead ball in the game now. They're annoyed with you now and they want off the phone. You have no redemption. Whereas in person, again, they can see you're being human and you can handle it with grace and leave politely. This provides them grace. They didn't have to get mad at you. They didn't have to get annoyed with you. Try to save your prospects from getting annoyed with you when they don't want to talk to you. This will help you in the long run. Lastly, I want to speak about why face-to-face interaction really does get you a lot more grace at the door, especially if you're farming a specific community. If you're farming a community, you likely live in it and spend a lot of time there. They may already know you or seen you around or know somebody that knows you. For this reason, they do not feel comfortable being rude to you at the door. Even if the prospect doesn't want to talk to you, they're going to have a hard time being rude because somebody else in the community may hear about it. This will really work to your advantage. In real estate, confidence is king, and guess what? When you're in front of somebody, they can see how confident you are. They can see how straight you stand up. They can see how you speak loud and proud, and they can see how you're dressed. And a lot of these provide response feedback to the prospect. These are all advantages that could help you close the prospect or get you closer to turning those leads into listings. Now, don't think I'm sitting here hating on cold calling, because I love cold calling and I'm very good at cold calling. My team is good at cold calling. Cold calling is the second pillar of our business, and I know that it should never be the first pillar of our business. We continue to cold call consistently, so when the market turns in our area and everything starts crashing, we know we've got a bunch of buyers on the back end ready to go. Most of cold calling leads are often almost always buyers. So it's a winning strategy to have a backup system of cold calling, so you're always farming some buyers for when the market turns and it shifts to be a buyer's market. But it's never our main pillar. Our main pillar is always getting seller leads. We prefer seller leads because seller leads let us control the showings, which lets us control our days, which lets us control our lives. We like to be in control. Plus, when we door knock, we know that we're getting all our listings in the farming zone we want them to be. With cold calling, we run ads on cities, but really we get leads for everywhere. And I don't know about you, but I don't like driving back and forth between 10 cities every day. It's not fun. I also strongly believe that cold calling should always be pillar 2 in your business, not pillar 1 when it comes to prospecting, because it's expensive. When it comes to the game, I'm savage with resources. I don't like to spend money I don't have to, because I want to take those dollars home and put them in my pocket. So when it comes to cold calling, it's an expensive system. Ours ranges somewhere between $2,000 and $3,000 US every single month, and we're Canadian, so we feel that. And it is worth it. However, in the beginning of your game, it's not a wise spend of resources. Cold calling leads, to me, at least in my opinion, have been somewhere between 1 and 2 years to turn over. Most of them aren't quick. I would say a slim 1% is the instant we're into showings, and the rest of them are really long term. They're not like 3 to 6 months. Most of them are actually a year plus. Our cold calling system is 8 years old, and we still have people turning over from the beginning now. So I look at it as a long-term game strategy, but it is not my short game strategy. If you guys want to know what cold calling system I use and why I don't actually even use MLS for my clients, I only put my searches in my cold calling system, you guys can look in my links below. I do recommend my cold calling system down below. When it comes to cold calling, I strongly suggest you add this to your repertoire of things that you have access to when you can afford them. When the resources are there, add the cold calling system in. Whether you're going to be calling on it or you hire somebody to call on it, it should be there in the long game. However, you need to work your way to it. Going door knocking and collecting resources is the quickest way to buy everything else you need in your real estate. In the beginning, you want to focus on putting the dollars in your pocket. Go to the game field that makes it the easiest for you to collect the dollars, and you can take those dollars back and play them in any other game fields. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video all about the benefits of being at the door and why door knocking can serve you so well. I hope you enjoyed my video, and if you love my content, hit the like button, the subscribe button, and leave me a comment. I'm always here to help. Bye!